Yo! So this is Project Zero for CS50's mobile app development with React Native. I haven't done the challenge, yes, I know. Okay, so let's go for new to-do. Add a to-do. What should it be? Submit project 1. Okay. Right, so there we can see the number is increasing, right? Although I haven't done it, let's just say I did. So it goes back to 0, the unchecked count. Now if I uncheck this, it goes back up to 1, so it's working fine. Right, so this is the script.js file which is responsible for what goes on in the background of the index.html file. So I have the class and the 3 variables that were there in the script.js file when we first downloaded it as they were, undisturbed. The new to-do function, what it does is, the first thing that it does is it creates this prompt allowing the user to enter the to-do text, and whatever we enter in, like I entered submit project 1, it got stored in the to-do text variable, and now this text we are passing to a function that I created called make to do. What that essentially does is it creates a list item, a checkbox, a span, the span containing the text that we entered, and yes. So for the checkbox we have just used create document.create element and checkbox.set attribute type checkbox to get the input type is equals to checkbox, and after this make to do function, it is going to return the list item which will be rendered in the next line. Now the render function is another function that I just created because it helps me to append the element into the destination. In this case the list item will be appended to the list, and in the next 2 lines we are taking care of the count because since we just added a new to-do item we need to take care of the counts as well. The counts should increase. And then we have the const checkbox, and what that is doing is it's essentially taking us to the very last child element inside the parent element, because the list tag that we have in HTML, it is like the parent element for many list items that are contained in it. Next we are just adding an event and a listener which listens for a click, and depending on whether the checkbox is checked or not, it behaves differently.
Check count, check right count on right brace function make total left check add style
make to do function. The only thing that we did not discuss about this is the add style function that I created. What this does is it helps us define the class. So what this essentially does is it sets an attribute of the element that we are passing it, and what it does is it sets class is equal to whatever style we pass. For example, class is equals to checkbox.
Span render return right,
and here it's returning the list item.
Function render left parent destination.
The render function is just
function
appending, as I
count
said.
count element function element.
And this is the add styles function.